Hello, 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 hello. And of course, as usual, technical difficulties. This time it was with my phone. I couldn't pull up my channel. So that was weird. But anyway, let me speak to everyone who is here. We have first on the moonwalk, D-Dub. Shirley's divorce finally. The one, the only black but not bitter. Sonia's boots, Leo lady. Nesto shackle shuffle walk of shame. Who is this? Soul Power the Outcast says, let's get this party started, okay? I'm with you. We are definitely going to do that. And thank you for the super chat and for supporting the platform. We've got Bella here, Sonia's Boots, Aunt Nettie, Coffee is Brewing. We have a super, which I put up on the screen when we came on. We have a super sticker from uh Shawty. And it says, does anyone know the big secret Silverback is claiming was supposed to happen today in court? Well, I will answer you that. First of all, thank you so much for the super chat and for supporting the platform. And I will tell you, there was no secret. That's just her on some bullshit, as per usual. Okay, next we have the woman he chose. I got Soul Power the Outcast, Mimi, Rossi, Thirsty Rabbit, Mixtress Monica, um, Make It Rain NYC. Thank you so much for the super chat. She says, I am here until I fall asleep. Well, I am glad that you are here until you fall asleep. Thank you. And I appreciate you supporting the platform. Let me see. We've got Mixtress Monica here. I think I got Thirsty Rabbit, Miss Nisi, Justin's mom, Tex Toy, um, Miss ICU, Tam Tam, L1L, how are you doing? Shelly C. Sanders are in. Natasha Razor Glam, just peeking. Annette, sound check. Annette, is that you? Yes, that's you. How you doing? Lunar Brain Fireheart, Dim folks. You know what? Lunar Brain Fire. I meant to look up some moon things today because I'm into the moon. I follow and all. But as of late, I haven't been, and there's some strange things going on. So I need to look at some stuff. Hey, we got Dim Folks, Mai Tai, Cam Lewis, Shark Tank Life, Damachi the RN. I got Make It Rain NYC. Let's see who else. Bible Lady is here. Papa Lady said, good evening, everyone. I'm over here looking like a run over gym shoe running up and down these YouTube streets today. I know, how about it? Shekinah Asalifi is here. Reef and Muff's mom is here. Delicate Dell. Aaliyah TV. Blue Sapphire has been a member for 1 month, and she has given us a member milestone. Thank you so much for the member milestone and letting us know you've been a member for 1 month. I got Make It Rain, who's got to go to work in the morning and is going to be here as long as possible. Can somebody tell me what happened to Blue Bear? Miss Lorraine is here. Social wife Melissa is here. No 54 is here. Say J. Ebony, the right one. I see Blue Bear is here, so something must have happened. I just want to make sure everything is all right. Peekaboo is here. Chica is here. Irie Vibes. And Casino Lady. Woocha. Hello, everybody. Now, we are going to get into some things, a couple of things. And one of the things that we will be getting into is the fat mouse. But I want to talk about like one or two other things. Hey, Jackson Tabasco, before we do that, I also want to make mention that as of right now, I got a lot going on. I have a terrible migraine, but it is actually easing up. And I don't know if a lot of you know this, but I do have fibromyalgia. And all of a sudden this evening, I started having a flare up. So I am here for as long as I can hang in. Hello, real zesty little dude. Hey, Ray Della Lewis. Yeah, Bible lady, I am. After greeting everyone, whew, I am running. I'm a little winded, but um, okay, yeah, we're still trying to figure out. I want to still make sure that the situation with Blue Bear is okay. But before we get into the real dirt and shenanigans, hey, Petty Patty, I want to talk about a month ago. There was a set of twins, QAADIR and NAAZIR, found on top of a mountain, and I believe it was either at the end of North Carolina or I'm sorry, at the end of Georgia or the very beginnings of North Carolina. One thing I do know is it is very, very, it was far away. I think they said 90 miles or something away from their home. They were supposed to be catching an airplane to Boston just to meet some friends. And next thing you know, they're found on top of this mountain unalive, supposedly by a murder suicide. Them folks said that was a weird story. It didn't sit right with me. It doesn't sit right with me either. Now, there is someone in the chat that is in my morning live. She's sometimes here tonight. There was an issue because there was a volunteer firefighter who okay, let me see. It was me. I accidentally hit Blue Bear. So is Blue Bear fine? Blue Bear, can you comment so I can make sure you're fine? So they were found on top of this mountain. Now, so there was somebody, as I was saying, that is from the chat here, who is a subscriber, saw the photo that was going around because there was a volunteer firefighter who took a picture and of their bodies and shared it. And she described what she saw, which I thought was very, very weird. They were both pow pow, and one of them, I forgot how she said they were dressed, but one of them had like a sword laying across them. So that was it's just weird. Hey, Miss Man About Music. Okay, yeah, Blue Bear is okay, good. So that was just weird. That was just so weird the way that happened. And the fact that it happened, these two were supposed to be going on an airplane to go to Boston from Georgia. Well, some new news has come up about the bodies, and I'm not necessarily sure. I think they were doing some gunshot residue testing or something. They declared it a murder suicide, but then they were still waiting for some testing. So why would you declare that and you're still waiting on things? But anyway, so what happened was there has been a new development, and I just want to share that. That doesn't mean I still think something is hinky with this whole thing, but I'm gonna play what was the new update. Let me go ahead and is this right? Oh, it's actually right for a change. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, here we go.
Weeks after the mysterious deaths of twin brothers from Gwinnett County, family says they have seen new surveillance video that changes everything.
So the video shows 19-year-old QAADIR and NAAZIR Lewis alive just hours before their bodies were found. The GBI says a hiker discovered the twins at the top of Bell Mountain in Hiawassee, nearly 90 miles from their Lawrenceville home.
By the way, the parent says that these two young men did not know anything about Bell Mountain. They have never been to Bell Mountain. They are not experienced hikers. And I also wanted to mention that, hey, Karen S. and Tazamall, the volunteer firefighter who took the picture of them and circulated it was arrested, for doing that.
11 Alive's Cody Alcorn has been following this case very closely. He's joining us now live from the Lawrenceville gas station, where a surveillance camera captured some of the brothers' final moments. Cody?
Jennifer and Ron, the GBI originally came out believing this was a murder-suicide, but the family has never believed that. It's now been 52 days since the twins were found. And tonight, this video capturing the twins here behind me is fueling even more questions for this family.
Nothing adds up. Nothing makes sense. I'm even more clueless now.
Samira Bronner and her twin sister Sabria are aunts to QAADIR and NAAZIR Lewis. They say the brothers appear in surveillance video at this Shell gas station in Lawrenceville on Friday night, March 7th.
At 9.
Now, they were supposed to already be on their plane. It is said that the Uber driver got them there late and they missed it. But the fact that they didn't call their family, it's just a lot of weirdness.
At 10:30 p.m.
The station sits on Hurricane Shoals Road near Collins Road, just 9 minutes from the family's home.
They pretty much walked inside the gas station, walked out.
Nothing in the video appeared to stand out.
Drinking water, eating snacks, and dressed how they would normally dress.
But 12 hours later, their bodies are found on Bell Mountain, shot. The mountain is nearly 90 miles away.
They were seen here alive at 10. So how did they end up in a mountain?
The family says the twins weren't hikers.
It's super dark out there. They're not familiar with the roads out there.
And they shouldn't have been in Georgia. The brothers had a flight booked to Boston early that same morning.
But the Uber driver got them there late, so they missed their flight.
Their plane tickets were still in their wallets. What was meant to be a quick trip to visit friends ended with a deadly detour to a remote mountaintop.
I want to know exactly what happened to them. One thing I know for sure, that they did not do nothing to themselves.
The GBI confirming tonight the twins' vehicle was found inside the gates at Bell Mountain. As we've previously reported, those gates are locked at dusk and not reopened, which means they were locked until 8 a.m. And again, the twins were seen here at 10:30 the night before, and their bodies were found at 11 a.m. the next day.
All right, Cody, and hopefully the family gets the answers they truly deserve. Thank you.
Okay, so let me see what you guys are saying. So I think it was CJ said it sounds like a souvenir what the volunteer firefighter did. And she also wants to know, did the Uber driver drop them off? The Uber driver supposedly got them there late. But here's the thing. I'm questioning, their car was found at this mountain. If they took an Uber to the airport, like, where did they get their car from? Like, these are things that I can't connect the dots on. And, the family also said that they did not own a Pow Pow. Bible Lady says volunteer firefighter perp circulating picture as souvenir or bragging rights to his KKK buddies, in my opinion. And I mean, I thought, I'm not even sure if this is so weird. And the more we learn, the weirder it gets, that I don't even know, because my first instinct was, oh, hate crime. I don't know. I honestly don't know. This is just strange. And I just hope that the family gets some sort of resolution. My Ty said if they were taking an Uber, why was their car anywhere but home? And if they missed their flight, why didn't they just go back home? And what are they doing at a store like not too far from their house? And then they end up what, less than 12 hours later on top of a mountain unalived. I can't make sense of it at all. And so this is a case that I'll be following for however many years it takes for them to solve it. Delicate Dell said if they were driving their car, why didn't they take the Uber to the airport? See, and that's the thing, they did. They took an Uber to the airport, and the Uber driver got them there late. But here's my question: how and when did they get their car? Why didn't they just go back home? They never called their family to say, "Oh, we missed our flight," because the family assumed that they were in Boston already, because they had heard the news that these twin bodies had been found, and they know they have twin, children and nephews, but well, they're in Boston, so no, it can't be them. And then all of a sudden, it turns out that it is them. So that is very, very strange. Aunt Nettie said, if the gates are locked, how did they get in? Exactly. They would have had to be there before. What is dusk? Maybe 6, 7, and then they don't open back up until 8 a.m. So sometime between that time, their car had to be driven there to that mountain and locked in because the car was found there. Just questions that I don't know. Aaliyah TV said, did they find a pew pew? Yes, they did. They did. There was one there. Leo Lady says, right, they took an Uber and drove the car to the mountain. It's just Petty Patty said, I thought that they were driving too. How did they end up in an the Uber was for the airport. The question is, how did they then get their car? If they Ubered to the airport and got there late, how and when and where did they get their car from? That's what I don't understand. I just can't make sense of it. Leo Lady said they need to talk to the Uber driver, and I'm sure they did. Mai Tai said when they were seen in the store, the gate for the mountain was closed. So how did they get the car? That's the question. My mind I can come up with a theory that somehow or another they knew somebody who worked there, or somebody who worked there got them in, or somebody who worked there took them there. That's the only thing that I can say. You're right, Leo Lady. Too many questions. Hey, Tanya, be here. My Tai says, but they were in the store after the. Yeah, I read that one. Okay. Aunt Nettie said, but if they were at the gas station at 10, the gates would have been locked. Yes, everybody is saying the same thing. Everybody is saying the same thing. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. And every time they give us a piece to the puzzle, it makes less and less and less sense. It really does. It really does. I think somebody had to see something, or somebody knows something. Them folks said, but they don't seem outdoorsy, and I can't see them saying, take us up there to the mountain in the dark of night. Yeah, and the family said that they did not hike. They knew absolutely nothing about hiking, and from what I saw of that mountain and from what I've heard of that mountain, you definitely have to know how to hike to fool with that mountain. So I just hope that there is some resolution, but I will be watching this case till they solve it. I am still eyeing the firefighter. I am still side eyeing him. I I mean he's and I know I had this discussion when I brought this up before about what was a volunteer firefighter doing. I mean, I thought crime scene people did that stuff. Why did the volunteer firefighter have a camera? I know firefighters take pictures of scenes and stuff like that. But I mean, he was a volunteer firefighter. And coincidentally, this is what made me side eye some more. Coincidentally, he also works for Uber. So I don't know what the investigators are doing, but in addition to volunteering as a firefighter, he drives Uber. So let that take your mind somewhere. Um Soul Power the Outcast said, "What things don't make sense? Somebody's lying." Aunt Nettie said, My good eye is on that volunteer firefighter." Bible Lady said, "Maybe more than one perp. One perp drove their car into the gate." And that could have happened too. Something could have happened to them and their car didn't end up there until they were already there and unalived. And then perhaps maybe later someone took their car there. That's that could happen too. I mean, at this point in time, all we can do is speculate because none of the clues we have are making sense. Say said that guy who took the picture took as a souvenir for his work. Um, Serial unalivers do that to remember what they did. Casino said legacy were they robbed too. No, they're playing. They found their plane tickets and their wallets, and I'm not sure if those were on them or in the car. I can't remember, but they found no, they had everything, everything. Mimi says interesting. Bella said how terrifying for them. Yeah, yeah. Them folks said in some areas the majority of the fire department are volunteer. I know, I know. Yeah, I know. But I don't understand why. I mean, you would have think there would have been crime scene people there and being I know that firefighters come for rescue and stuff like that, but I just I just find it strange. I mean, there was like no fire or anything. Like why did he have a camera? Why was he there taking pictures? I revives. I mean, I'm sorry. Mixtress Monica said, "I don't trust the firefighter. Red flags. Me either. Me either." So, yeah, I just wanted to bring that, and I will, as updates come in, I will, present them to you. Hey, Michi3, I'll present them to you, to keep you. Hey, Queen Black, to keep you abreast of what's going on. But that's just trouble. And now I'm gonna say this. I don't know if anybody else has said it or thought it and just don't want to say it, but I'm gonna say it. I personally think the family need to be looked at too. I'm not accusing them of anything, but I'm just saying now we're finding out they weren't in the store not too far from their house. They took an Uber to the airport, but yet they had their car. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm just saying. I think someone close to home needs to be looked at as well. A hiker found the body, Leo lady, a hiker. So, okay, Shirley is divorced. Finally says side eyeing the volunteer firefighter, taking pictures. He needs to be interviewed. He needs to be in the interview room, and I'm sure they did interview him because they arrested. He was arrested for doing that. He was arrested for doing that. Them folks said it's weird, like missing 411 level weird. Yes, yes. So and like I said, I mean, I hate to say it, but the family they need to be looked into as well. They do. Now, I want to get into something else. This is what do I want to say? There have been a lot of things going on with this Nesta Williams case, right? And a lot of things being said, a lot of things a lot of things, a lot of things, a lot of things. So I find some things very, very strange. I really do. I find some things very strange. Like, I'm trying. First of all, let me say this. Let me say this before I say that. Hey Rakia, there have been some strange things going on, like I was saying at the beginning of the live. I don't know what's in the water or the moon or the atmosphere. I'm not sure, But one thing I can say is that a lot of us are, we have the same subscribers. A lot of us in this, I guess we're called the NESTO sector. I prefer to just be called true crime. But anyway, um, a lot of us share the same subscribers. And I know some of us share the same mods. And to be clear, I'm speaking of myself and Native and Villanor. I mean, I know there are some differences, but for the most part, we share the same mods. I believe that everybody has a right to their opinion, and they can say whatever they want to say, but disrespect won't be tolerated. There's a way to get your point across without disrespecting someone. And over the last 3 days, I've seen a lot of disrespect going on, a lot of it. And no, we're not going to do that. We are not going to do that. So if there's anyone, and these are mods who are mods. The Moonlight mods have been modding, and they mod their butts off, okay? And I appreciate them. And I've seen these same mods mod in other chats. So, hey, mods, what I won't do is allow them to be disrespected. I know sometimes that things come across in the chat. Sometimes we type things, we have typos, and it's like, what? What'd she say? Or sometimes things could be typed and misunderstood. You know, that can happen. And it does happen, and that's okay. But cussing mods out and, are you new here type of situation, no, that's not what we're going to do here. And I know I'm very, like I said, I'm all for open communication, everyone having their own thoughts and their own opinions. But no, we're not doing that here. And if anybody tries it, they need to be timed out, period, point blank. Because I'm just not going to have it. Um, I'm not going to have it. And I don't want to, the real VB, Law and Order, I don't want to say, I'm not going to say, if if you were there, you were there and you know what happened. But I'm not, it's not happening here. That's not cussing people out and calling moms bitches and stuff. That's just not going to happen. Obsessed with the Mess said, yeah, that mod disrespect blued me last night. We appreciate our mods around here. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, we're not. No, indeed. I mean, like I said, I don't know what's going on. I don't know who, but all I can say is if someone or anybody pulls that mess here, they need to be timed out because it's just not going to happen. And I don't care if they're a member. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, black but not bitter. And like Bible lady said, it was a bit it was a bit unsettling and uncomfortable. It was very upsetting, upsetting and uncomfortable. Unsettling, upsetting, and uncomfortable. It was. It was very much so. So anyway, having said all that, I listen to, I don't get a chance to see everybody every day. I don't. But what I do listen to people, and I saw something or heard something on Unfiltered Doll that I want to share. I know it's been a lot of questions about this Nesto case and what's going on. Rachel Lewis said, yeah, it got a bit crazy last night. I thought it was unnecessary. Very much so. Very much so. There's a lot of questions. Why haven't they been talking? And there's been a lot of speculation. Well, Unfiltered Doll, I guess, people leave. She has a thing like open communication where people can leave messages, and she played some of the messages. So I am going to, hey, baptize that ass. So I am going to, I'm going to play the live that she did today, like a portion of it, so you guys know what is going on and what is being said. Um, okay, let me say this. Let me say, and this is, and when I make this comment, this is not toward Unfiltered Doll. It is not. Because she's just doing what you do as a content creator. But I'm gonna say this, like for example, the member milestone or super chat that I got at the beginning of the live, wanting to know what was going on with the fat mouse and this news that she supposedly had. Uh, and I said none. Sometimes people, oh, I got news. Oh, I got something to tell you, and I can't tell you what it is, but I'll tell you after it happens. Well, after it happens, I don't want to hear it. That's all I'm saying. After it happens, I don't want to hear it. Mai Tai said, "Is this going to be it blowed my face?" Not really. It's just I'm gonna play from her live. What she played, and what was brought to her attention, and then we'll discuss it, and we'll see what everybody else's opinion is of it. But before I do that, I would like to say I am using this per the Fair Use Act. The Fair Use Act disclaimer. This content is for educational purposes only. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, reacting, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. So I wanted to get that out there before I played this. And like I said, I am by no way saying anything about Unfiltered Doll. This is not this is just I just happen to be using her content. That's all I'm saying. But let me pull that up. Mm, here we go. Oh, wait a minute. No, we don't go. No, we're not going. Wait a minute. Okay, here we go. Let me see if it popped up there for y'all. Sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. Okay, no. I wonder why I have to reshare, but okay. All right, we'll do that. All right, here we go, y'all.
Happy Wednesday. Today is the court date for Ernest Williams. And if you were in my live yesterday, we did something new where we listened to voicemail messages from the dolls, from our subscribers, baby, which I call my doll babies, my sugars. And I think we got some tea spilled over into the live. So let's get into those two voicemail messages and let me know what you think, honey.
And y'all might, some of y'all might have already seen this. I don't know, but I'm like I said, I'm gonna play it, and we're gonna go ahead and discuss the situation, as Sonia would say.
So the first message, she's going to let you know everything that's going on with the court and the hearing for tomorrow. And then after that,
Before I say, I'm not quite sure what the misunderstanding was with. It has always been on the docket that today was supposed to be his final plea. That means either he gonna say he guilty or he's innocent. This was never a meeting about a plea deal, and this was never uh I hear an echo. I didn't know my phone was oh my. Okay. So yeah, this was never a plea deal being I mean none of that. He just had to say guilty or not guilty, and we all knew what he was going to say. So, let's continue.
I said, what had happened, honey? All right, so let's get into it.
Good morning, Dials. I just wanted to give some information I just retrieved or got confirmed from the courts regarding the case tomorrow. It is showing in Superior Court that Nesto's case is at 9:30 a.m. Courtroom 4F as in Frank. There will not be a Zoom. Again, there will not be a Zoom, and it's in person only. And the clerk did confirm that it's for a final plea of guilty or not guilty before a trial date is set. So I hope that helps to clear up some of the rumor mill that's going on. In addition to that, I'll leave the rest alone. Sorry. I'm sorry. So, most of you may know who I am at this point.
Now on the screen, this this is um this is just a disclaimer that Unfiltered Doll put up, which I think is actually I might have to steal from her. But that's what this is that you see on the screen right now.
But it really doesn't matter. I am Ms. Fine One, and I want you all to trust and believe.
For the sake of anybody trying to find a reason to come at me or anything that's being said in this video, everything that Ms. Fine One is about to say is all allegedly, okay? I'm just trying to protect the space and my property.
No, you don't know me.
Okay, Unfiltered Doll. Okay. Say says, at the only black but not bitter, then he would have to admit his crimes if he took a plea. His bigamy charge is valid. Boney and Sylvester think they know things just to be talking. Yes, they do. Hey, twin mom, 14.
But they are not using other pens to communicate. And there's a reason that there's. I just wanted to say that no, they are not using pens to communicate. Nesto knows the consequences behind that, as I said before the other day. Um, Also, there is definitely a reason why they are not. Sonia is not visiting Nesto currently. There's a reason for that. And the reason is very valid. And it was brought about because of a state of urgency to just protect the interest of all parties associated with this case and the crimes against them. So after tomorrow, Unfiltered can definitely reveal the information of what caused the visitations, the way they were having those video calls, to cease until further notice. All right. Have a wonderful day. Thank you, Unfiltered Girl. You're so funny. You are my sister. I love you all. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.
So that was the tea that spilled over into our live via the Speak Pipe voicemail messages, where I get to hear from the dolls, and you can also be anonymous when doing so. She decided to let you know who she is. I know you have plenty of questions, as I do, right?
Okay, that is all I wanted to play. Somebody said, "Hey, Beauty is her name." Miss Principal, hey. Somebody wanted to know who that was. She said, it was Miss Fine One. I mean, y'all have seen her in the chats. Uh, like I was saying before, if you can't tell me what, don't tell me nothing. I don't want to know. If you can't tell me what, don't tell me nothing. Okay? This makes no sense. Um, a piece of it. Now, the only thing that I can say about it protecting, it was said that to protect the parties involved. Well, the parties involved are victims. So, for whatever reason, it sounds to me like they're not communicating because of something that pertains to the victims. What? I don't know. But my thing is, if you can't tell me, hey, Nola Brown, what what is until after the fact, that I mean, it's like Why bother? Twin Mom 14 says, I say because she was showing the baby in the background. I doubt that very seriously. I doubt it was because she was showing the baby. He can't be around kids or animals, but technically that baby being on a screen virtually is not, I don't think, enough, to take away. Now, me personally, taking away the tablet because he ain't supposed to be on one, um, that makes more sense, but not because the baby was in the background. I don't technically remember seeing the baby. I heard the baby, but I didn't see the baby. Obsessed with the Mess said, "Did you hear that part where she did explain the reason? She said did finally tell us. It's interesting. Is that because I know Unfiltered Doll was supposed to cover it? So Obsessed with the Mess, did she go over that today? Because I did not have time. I haven't had time to do a lot today. I haven't had time to go see what is over there with Pam or anything like that. So Soul Power, let me know if that's on, um if that's she did. Okay, I'll go to that, the live. The real VB, you don't have to be, I mean, people are allowed opinions. So, if you have a statement or an opinion, you are certainly allowed to express it. Um, oh, it was in members? Okay. Aunt Nettie said, you mean she crashed out this morning about this? Hell, I'm still in confusion. Well, if anybody who is a part of the members knows, and you want to share it, that's fine. If not, you know, but all I'm saying is that I just don't tell me something and then, and like I said, this is not unfiltered. I'm not referring, I'm just saying. Miss Principal said, Aunt Nettie, exactly. T, still as hell. I'm obsessed with the mess said, Beauty is her name. That's right. Sorry, I forgot it was in members. The real VB said, me too. Um, Okay, Nesto, Shackle, Shuffle, Walk. Shame said it was in members. Well, it was in members. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Jackson Tabasco said, I'm no bone collector. Beauty is her name said, I think she is planning to share on the main channel too. So yeah. So apparently there is a reason why they are not communicating, and it has something to do with the victims. And that's all we know thus far. So Queen Black said, okay, Leo Lady, I knew it sounded familiar. Words just changed. Let me see something. I think I know what's going on. I think I know what's going on. So that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. I need to know the tea. Yeah, well, Reef and Muff's mom said, I don't want nothing down my throat at Bible. What are you, what is going on? What is Bible A saying? By Jackson Tabasco said, and I don't carry bones. Miss Mad About Music said, no try. What is, I need to keep up with this chat. What is going on? What, no trial? What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? But I like I said, I know it has nothing to do with that tablet. I mean the baby being around when she's on that tablet, because I mean that's just something trivial. And like I said, if they say it because he was on the tablet, that I can understand. But it sounds to me like it has something to do with the victim. So as I find out info, I will let y'all know. Now let's get over to the fat mouse. Fat mouse, the fat mouse, she was just in her joy today about some things that happened in court. Petty Patty said, I dig up bones, not carry them. Y'all, it's okay, y'all. Calm down, calm down, calm down. Let me what I want to do next is I want to talk about the Rule 22. I want to do that. The Real VB said these content creators talking a lot but ain't saying nothing, just like the voice message. I did hear her read the full email. Okay. Okay. Um, I am going to go over to Google, my friend Google, and I want to share something about a Rule 22 in Georgia so we can get into the mess that went down today in the courthouse. Okay. Let me go to Google and pull up the Rule 22 in Georgia because I'm gonna say some stuff here that some people might not like, but okay. Anyway, according to Google, in Georgia, Superior Court Rule 22 governs the use of recording devices in court proceedings, including audio, video, and photographic recordings. It ensures proceedings are documented while respecting the rights of all parties and maintaining court order. Parties and spectators can only use recording devices with specific court authorization. The rule also covers the use of electronic devices in courtrooms, including email, internet access, and prohibits recording during, I mean, disruptive behavior during recordings. So let me repeat something. Parties and spectators can only use recording devices with the court's authorization. Now, I read all that to say if you have a Rule 22, right? And they say you can be here, you can report, you can do all of the things, but you cannot photograph or do any type of recording. That means just because court hasn't started or what your Rule 22 applies to doesn't mean you can sit there and just record yourself talking or whatever. If it says no recording and you have a Rule 22, you're representing whatever outlet you're with and your Rule 22. If it says on your Rule 22 that you can't record the proceedings, you cannot sit there and I don't care if you want to send a voice note to your husband, you can't do it. Okay, this is what this says. All right. Let me see what y'all are saying in these comments. The Only Black But Not Bitter said at Legacy, Sylvester announced that this evening that there isn't going to be a trial. Okay, like I said, she had nothing to share. Them folks said at Jackson Tabasco Girl, 6:30 in the morning, over here listening to the same two songs on a loop, which courtroom shenanigans. I have another question I meant to ask. Beauty is her name said today has been so eventful. I feel like my black job was background noise for the drama. By the way, like I said, I haven't had a chance to watch People. So I honestly, with the exception of drama, I don't know what happened in court. I have no clue what the outcome was of that case. None whatsoever. Reef and Muff's mom, hey, minding business. Reef and Muff's mom says tight suit went in chambers being a tattletale. He got clowned about his suit and not woo woo woo. Bobby Lady says at Jackson Tabasco, two suit just wanted us ushers to sit there in our usher suits, itchy beige stockings, uncomfortable for hours. That was his lick back for us dragging him. You know, you're not the first person I've heard say that today. A hit talk says at Miss Mad About Music, Sonya and Nesto stayed home. Them folks said that's why he had us on a loop with the same two songs this morning. Ah. So like I said, I am not. Mm-mm. The only black but not bitter said Rule 22 allows for video recording in the courtroom. It does not guarantee video recording. Exactly, exactly. And if you have a Rule 22 in your hand that you're waving around, and it says you can be there, you can do this, that, and the third, but what you can't do is record. You can't record. I don't care if the person you're there for has started yet. I don't care nothing. If you walk and once you're in that courtroom for the very date that you have a Rule 22 for you should not be recording. That's that on that. You just shouldn't be. So yes, black but not bitter. Thank you. And I will also say that let me say this. As much as I believe that Sylvia is a tattletale and runs her mouth all the time, I do not believe she went and told on anybody today. I don't. I believe Deshaun Hoover. I mean, I just don't. I don't believe that. Hey, I'm free to be me. I don't believe that that Bible lady ran up to a officer of the court and said, like, teacher, teacher, someone's recording. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. And that can also account for the reason why the judge has such a nasty attitude. Because I hear he had a nasty attitude today. Um, Twin Mom 14 said, and I told the fat mouse she's the only blogger that's been arrested at the courthouse. The real VB says he needs to get his job because we will continue to drag him. It is what it is. Well, I mean, he needs to buy a bigger suit. And see, this also, hasn't she done it? Oh yeah, she has. Who? Wait a minute. What do you mean, text toy? Um, Tazem, she's Tazem. You do believe it? Jane said WD said that she did go to the court officer and told him. Um, I okay. I okay. All right. That's all I'm gonna say is okay. Um, okay. Southside Chi-Town says she told the deputy on WD and some guy just holding his phone. She and the deputy laughed about it. So here's the thing. If your Rule 22 says you can't record, you cannot record. I don't care what you're doing with your phone. You shouldn't have it out. But that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. But what we are going to do is we are going to get into, because some people are just juvenile. That's all I'm going to say. Some people are just juvenile. And I just think that I just heard some very disgusting things on somebody's live. And I just feel like if you're such the Christian, then oh Lord. Oh, for heaven's sakes. Hello, hello, hello. I didn't see you there. Can you hear? I don't know if she could hear us. Can you hear us?
Oh, I was on mute. Okay, hi.
Hi.
This is new to me. Actually, did I join this? did I use this one other time and join with you and Native real quick for something recent? Like
I
I
think
don't. Maybe I
maybe, I'm
did
not
one time.
sure.
I don't know. Anywho, hi, hi.
Hi.
I came up. I uh, I came. I've been back here for a while. I was actually doing something, so I kind of forgot I was back here till I heard the doorbell ring, and
I
I was
am
like, "Oh, I think
sorry.
this is me."
I
No,
didn't
that's
see
okay.
you.
But when I did come up originally, I was going to comment on um, uh, the last segment, I should
Hmm.
say. Um, and then I saw in the chat, the real VB had asked, "Well, what happened to V Lenore's live?" And
I didn't want to talk about that. I
mhm,
knew that I invited you and you might come, so
mhm,
I wanted to give you the opportunity. I didn't talk about anybody's live. I just said some shenanigans went on between last night and today, and it's ridiculous, and I'm not having
mhm,
it.
mhm.
If people start acting like that, they need to be timed out. So, I mean, you could tell your story, but I didn't want to.
Yeah, no, and I didn't. You guys know I dropped in to you and Natives live last night, but I was at the tail end of it. So I didn't even know shenanigans had taken place. So until today, when we all kind of chatted. But ask me a question. How about that? Just ask me which you want. Which how I don't even know where to start at this point. And I don't plan to be up here long. But is there anything you want to ask me directly,
Well,
and then I'll answer that way?
I was hopping around on
Mhm.
different people's lives,
Mhm.
and I came in on the tail end with you talking to Miss HLS. Yeah, I think Miss HLS was trying to tell you to calm down, and
Mhm.
I didn't understand what was going on until this evening when we all chatted.
Okay. Yeah.
So I
Mhm.
understand what happened, but I didn't want to tell what happened. And I
Mhm.
mean, you don't have to name names, but
Girl, I don't talk any other way. We got to be clear out here. See, yeah, I can't come out here and be mad because somebody ain't being clear, and then I'm not clear.
mhm.
So I take full responsibility. At the end of the day, um, I happen to hear the same message that you heard. Is the background noise too loud? Can you hear my background noise?
I don't hear anything. The only thing I hear is when I talk, you'll probably have to go on mute because there's
Okay.
feedback.
Okay. Okay. I can do that. So I'll just say this. I heard the same voicemail you heard. I was like intrigued by it, and I was thinking, what in the world? What are we talking about? Like, what happened? What is it that she's going to share with us later on? Um, what the real VB said, V, what happened? I didn't see the whole thing, so you can just read it to me if I missed something. So I heard it and I thought to myself, well, that's interesting. I wonder what that's about. Like, what is it that she's going to share with us after today's hearing that we couldn't know before the hearing? That was the main question. That's the gist of my questioning. Was like, well, wonder what that's about and how could it really impact today's hearing? Why not just say what you wanted to say? I'm just curious. How can the two? Where's the relevance? That's what I wanted to understand. What is the relevance to today's hearing and the information we're waiting to hear about? Okay, so that was the gist of it. In the midst of me asking that question and trying to understand if I even understood everything properly, because I heard the voicemail where she's saying she heard back from the courts about the dates and the times and this, and then she went on to say that the real reason why they're not talking is not a fast; it has something to do with something else, but there are valid reasons and. They are not telling the truth. I mean, I'm paraphrasing now, but that they're not telling the truth about what's really going on here, but they have been instructed not to talk, blah, blah, blah. So I'm thinking, like, well, I don't understand. How does Miss Fine one know this? That was my first thought. And I'm thinking, well, maybe when she reached out to the court, because she said she heard back from the court, I'm like, who from the court told her something that is going to be discussed in the hearing today, but can't? Because that's all I'm trying to, I just didn't understand. what we're talking about, because it was just so much confusion around it, right? So in the midst of me talking it through out loud, like I do on my channel all the time, that is when I happened to notice, I guess Miss Fine One may have dropped down at that point, and then she said something like, shit, what did she say? At first she said no, she said I'm my own source. I don't do third party information. And I thought to myself, well, how can this not be third party information
Mm-hmm.
unless how can you be your own source about a case that has nothing to do with you? In my mind,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I'm thinking. And then I'm asking it, but I'm asking it in a respectful way. Like, well, wait a minute now, because the way I see a third party is someone who is outside of the situation and they hear the information maybe from someone else. So the source would be the courts, right? Or the source would be the victim, or the source would be an attorney, or the source would be a defendant. That's who the source would be, wouldn't it? If it's pertaining to today's hearing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what that's the source. But if you're not one of those entities and you are saying you're your own source, then you're not the source. So long story short, so she comes back and she drops another message, and it says something like, "B. Lenore, you're being a troublemaker, and you're the only one that is talking this confusion talk, and that's where you fucked up." See, see now she done fucked up. See now she done, cause see I'm doing commentary. She became the commentary. Why? Because she wanted to be the content, and you can't tell me you don't want to be the content when you contact ACC to tell them what you are doing and what you are finding out. And not only you're not just telling them anonymously, you're not telling them confidentially, you are doing it on a public platform so that we all know what you are doing, or that
Can
you
I
have some doings.
can I just say this?
Mm-hmm.
V.
Mm-hmm.
She reached out to multiple content creators
So
because
she content.
because um Houston Foodie had mentioned something. See, now what Houston Foodie
Mm.
said makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
The woman he chose says, but she said she heard back from the court, though. That
Mm-hmm.
would be the source, right? Well, apparently not,
No, she said
according.
she share her own source, honey. She said the courts didn't tell her about this stuff. So I said, well, that's why I'm confused. And then she said, you're the only one that's confused. Then people started dropping down. I'm confused. I'm confused. I'm confused too. I'm so confused. So anyway, and I said, if she thinks I'm the only one that's confused, then she's the real confused one, right?
Right.
Because first of all, you're out of line. The first and foremost, you made yourself content because you voluntarily elected to come out here, reach out to content creators, identify who you are, not just like I said, she didn't even say it to them confidentially. She is doing it in a way where she is acknowledging. She wants acknowledgement for what she is doing. So
Hmm.
she's getting the acknowledgement. You may not understand, you may not like that I'm asking these questions, but I'm going to ask the questions, and you made it possible for me to do that because you came out here and you were not straightforward. So there's
Right.
that. And then now I want to say this is what I've learned on the back end though.
Hmm.
Um, well, and let me say this. So when people, I know you mentioned like, I saw you talking to Miss HLS. I have no problems with Miss HLS. I understand what Miss HLS's intention was,
Hmm.
and I'm sure the intention of other people in the chat. But make sure your intent is on keeping people in the chat under control, because the problem, and this is again, this is not a dig at Miss HLS, this is just a general statement I'm making now, because the truth of the matter is that's my platform, and I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about, and I didn't say anything to disrespect anyone. I did not disrespect Unfiltered Doll, and I did not disrespect Miss Fine One. I was simply asking for the relevance. What in the world does this have to do with what we are dealing with on today, and what could it possibly be? That's what
Right.
I just want. I didn't understand that. So, uh, uh, I my thought is like, let's get people together who are not understanding what their role is, because if she is in my chat and she is telling me, calling me a troublemaker, telling me that I'm the only one that's confused and I'm doing confusing talk. No, see, that's you've already now you've gone too far. See, I had to kind of get her together the first time I ever saw her in a chat,
I
and
I
that was over
remember.
on yeah, thank you. She got out of line then. So now, bitch, I let you pass. I let that shit go. All right. And I was nice when I got you together then. But now you done fucked up, because now you're in my house and
Mhm.
you disrespected me directly again. That's too much. But let me just fast forward. So I learned tonight from the V stylers are awesome. Okay, the V stylers are wonderful, and I don't come out here telling my sources. I do not. Okay,
Mhm.
if I am going to anyway, this particular source um, happened to be in the members only today, and revealed that the email, the full email, was read to those in members only, and without going into too much, I mean, the person didn't go into a lot of detail with me. They just mentioned that, evidently she is. Um, she was triggered by this, and when I say she, I mean Miss Fine One. Evidently, is triggered by this case because she is an SA victim herself. Now, I am only saying that because she put it in an email, sent it to a CC. The CC read it to a members only group, and initially the Miss Fine One told her that she could say it publicly anyway,
But can I
but
interrupt and say multiple again? I just want to make that clear. This was
she
sent to
did that too.
multiple.
See, oh my God. Okay, so let me say this. So my thought is, okay, once again, she's sharing something very deep, and now it's looking like this ain't about Nesto. This ain't about Sonya. This ain't about Hoover. Ain't got shit to do with
Oh, up,
Wisdom's
up, up,
daughter.
up.
Ain't
Wait,
got
stop,
nothing to do with Pammy,
stop, stop.
Pam,
Wait, wait,
Dennis.
wait. Wait, V, stop, stop. Donna Jones. Who are you? Who are you?
Who is this? Wait, wait.
Some Donna Jones person right
Uh,
here has said, aren't you the one begging for money? Shouldn't you be
yes,
packing your
yes,
bags to stay
yes,
with
yes,
your
bitch.
son?
Did
Heifer,
you
who are
donate?
you? Now, like I said,
Yes, I
people,
am. I'm
I
begging.
allow I allow freedom of speech and everybody has a right of opinion. But as I said at the beginning of the live, what we don't tolerate is disrespect. And that's what you were doing. So we don't have that here. That is a prime example of what I was talking about. This type of thing here, we don't do. We can have an opinion, we can communicate with each other, and everybody's opinion should be respected, but disrespect, no. And that's very disrespectful, and that's what we don't tolerate over here. Okay.
Donna
Anyway.
Jones. I'm not. No, girl. I'm not. I'm not yet completely packed, girl. I still need money, honey. And yes, I have been begging. So could you please put five on it? Put five on it.
Okay. You got something to say? Y'all know Donna Jones was not referring to Sonya. She is referring to V.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Put five. You got five on it?
Exactly. If you ain't got
Bitch,
nothing to
bye.
contribute, then shut up.
That ain't nobody but Sylvia and one of her minions, because Sylvia is very jealous. Okay, she is very jelly, but that is neither here nor there. So, but at the end of the day, I guess she shared, that she had a history, and that this actually triggered her, I guess, and she took it upon herself to reach out to the courts or somebody to tell on Sonya and Nesto talking on them FaceTime messages with the kids in the background.
Well, let me just tell you, I am a victim of assault, and sometimes some of the things she says triggers me, but I'm a content creator. I got to let that ride. And
Hmm.
I have to say what I have to say. If you're triggered by the things that they're saying and the things that they're doing, why are you watching?
Thank you.
Yeah.
And let me say something else. I'm sure that that touches a lot of people's hearts, and a lot of people have empathy for SA victims, as do I. But let me tell you something. She ain't the only one, and I've shared that I too am a victim. So I don't want to. We're not going. I ain't gonna have no soft spot in my heart for somebody who came to disrespect me on my platform, but fuck me, all this shit looks attention seeking as a mother sucker.
No, Alicia Philly girl, it's not about the baby. In case anybody is confused, what V just said is that she has been this person who reached out was a victim herself. So this situation triggers her. But then why are you following it?
Well, tell me the time when y'all saw that measure was at risk by Nesto. How, when, and where did Nesto become a threat to measure? Now, Sonya
Right.
might be a threat to measure, but I can't necessarily prove that. But I can think it. But I want to know when Nesto became a threat to measure, because honestly, I never really saw that baby on the screen when Nesto was on the
Me
screen with her.
either.
So
I've heard
we're
her
just
yell at
talking
her.
shit. These are people that want to get involved in the story, but when they become the story, it's a problem.
Right. 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 Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, Tazamal said, I don't talk about my past much, but I know when it's time for me to tap out and move
Thank you.
on to a new show. Exactly.
Thank you.
Exactly. The woman he chose said, remember the tablet visits went from full face background to a circle around the face. I wonder why that happened though, because something was shown, and I don't know. I'm not saying it was necessarily between those two,
Uh-huh.
but something was shown with somebody in some tablet visits, and that's why that happened. That's
Right.
why they put the circle around.
Right. And here's the other thing. There's all these assumptions. Oh, that's why. Well, first of all, I don't think any of us believed that the fast was a real fast. I mean, maybe there were a few people, but I never believed the fast was a fast. But what I will say is there's no proof that because this woman claims that she reached out to somebody, made a complaint because she is an SA victim, and that has nothing to do with this case, that she felt triggered, and so therefore they ceased all of their visits. That's bullshit. I mean, how do you know this? How do you know that that is what happened? Like and now you're telling us. See, and this is what I need people to understand. See, I'm not the type of person that because I can't stand a motherfucker, I'm just gonna lie on them or just blame them for everything. But let's just be clear about this. Are you worried about Nesto? Are you worried about that baby? Or are you really wanting attention? Because none of us needed to know if you were going to report it. Why do you need to come out here and tell us that you reported it?
Hmm.
Because you want attention. You
Right.
could have just done the reporting, and then if you got the results you wanted, why say anything to anybody?
Hmm.
But
I
that's not what happened. Now you're saying she contacted multiple people. Girl, bye.
it yeah, because several have talked about it on their lives, so she did reach out, but um I just for me it's just a lot of people, and I'm not just referring to I'm referring to people who may be listening, people who may, I mean, everybody, if you're a content creator, everybody wants tea, everybody wants tea. Me personally, it's enough going on with the phone calls and with these two personally that we are aware of for me to worry about, having an exclusive like, Sylvia and everybody else who want, I mean, I don't care about that, but sometimes there is a thing when you are just making I have to question your motives, is what I'm saying.
Exactly. Absolutely.
I do. So, that's all I'm saying. But I was just when I saw Miss HLS saying, "Calm down, V," and I'm like, well, "What's going on here?" But I was trying to go through the different lives to see, what was going on, and then it became more clear to me what happened, and I just I was kind of disturbed between that, what happened last night, and then all of the sharing of information that just doesn't seem to make sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
I just that's why I said, well, I'm gonna say something. That's just it. And
And
Granny the Great said, for nothing to have happened in actual court, there was a lot going on YouTube. Yes, there was a lot going on YouTube. Sure was. But there are a lot of people here who are victims, sometimes on more than one occasion, of assault. Um, happy to be happy. Uh, but if you're triggered by it, then I don't understand how you follow it. I ain't gonna lie. I did a video one time and I got a little choked up because of Sonya, and I started not to post it. But I went on ahead and posted it, but I didn't make a big deal out of it. I didn't.
mm-hmm.
And I think that y- I just don't understand why you would involve. Like, I'm not going to sit up and write Will Wooten or Sean Hoover or anybody else I just because I'm triggered. I mean, I don't know. That's just me. It's just me. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. No, it's not just you. It's not just you. I just think you know, people, I understand people are very compassionate. Nobody wants to be out here beefing with the people you're out here trying to enjoy your time with and rocking with. This isn't some sector of people who just want to fight, and we pretty much are like-minded folks.
Right.
We think a lot alike. Doesn't mean we're all going to agree on everything, but we we have found some common ground here, and I enjoy that space with people. So I'm just over here talking about the shit that they was talking about over there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you went over there talking about it and you put yourself out there, then that's what we do. This is a part of the case. You're suggesting you did something that made motions in this case. But now when someone has questions about what the hell are you really saying you did when you didn't tell us anything, you mad at me and you come to my platform to do it? No, ma'am. And then
Mhm.
after she calls me, out my name and says I'm a troublemaker and whatnot, then the next comment after that is, well, we can come up and speak as ladies. No, bitch. You fuck no. Speak to you for
Oh,
what?
wow.
No, 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 no. You said what the fuck you had to say. Go hit the live button on your phone. It'll work fine for you. Just go on over there, say whatever the hell you want to say. But what you're not going to do is disrespect me. And then I'm not going to be made to feel by anybody that I was out of line or did anything wrong. I was polite. I was respectful. I said specifically that my questions had nothing to do, it was not a dig on anyone. I was just asking for clarity. And somehow that got you under your skin. Now you popping out the clouds. This person needs attention. Well, she
Mhm.
got it. She got
Yeah.
it. Congratulations. You
Yeah.
played yourself.
Mhm. Yep, exactly.
And
I
so you
don't.
want us to know now you got a whole testimony. And we all do. We all have one. But ma'am, you're not the only one out here dealing with this shit or has dealt with this shit. I personally shared that I had dealt with something a year ago. There are people in this chat that were present. I didn't go into details because I feel no need to do so, not at this time.
Mhm.
But I was triggered listening to how Sonya was talking about. There was some conversation, and I got a little emotional because I didn't want, sometimes when you're trying not to get emotional, it
Mhm.
it makes it worse. So I was like, ooh, let me calm down. Let me not feel attacked, even though the girl wasn't talking to me. I'm listening to Sonya on a recording and I'm feeling attacked by it, right? But
Mm-hmm.
I had to calm down, think about, okay, this isn't, the conversation all the time this where this case is concerned, but it is something that's a part of the case. And if that is that triggering for you, you shouldn't be out here. And if it is that triggering, then why are you coming out here telling us who you are, calling the courts, letting CCs know that that's what you did, and then you're going to come out again and tell more information and saying shit in my chat like, well, I'm going to leave because, those of y'all I really fuck with, this, that, and that. No, bitch, get the fuck on. Uh-uh. And you talking about me calm the fuck down? Uh-uh.
Well, I just have another question. All of us, we cover other things besides this case.
Uh-huh.
Um, if you're triggered by the things that all I well, let me just say this: I've never seen you in a live that like I do body cams, I do other stuff. I ain't never seen you in those. I never really honestly seen her in your lives. I'm just saying, if it's
Just recently, I saw her in the last couple of weeks, but she's never really been in my life.
to me, if this case is triggering for you, then don't watch it. I know I have done cases on abused babies, and some people say I'm tapping out or I don't want to see this because this is triggering, and that's cool. Because not everybody's not able to handle everything. But if that's the case, if something that these two are doing or saying is triggering to you, why are you always there at all of the lives, listening to all of the phone calls? That
Always there, and then yeah, I mean, this it's a lot.
right.
So yeah, like I said before, if you were that triggered and you really felt concern for the child and all of that, then what you should have done is did exactly what you did and left it there. Why you need to come out here and tell this CC this and make sure the subbies know that, and then come back and do another email and then drop down in chats and then be like, come on now,
Hmm.
which is it? Do you want attention or did you want results?
Right. Right. Say J said the Boney and Nesto triggered me when they wanted him to fake an illness my sister passed away from. I made my comments and moved on, but why do more than that? It's okay to tap out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sometimes you just
For
got to
sure.
do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's all. I just wanted to, I was, like I said, I was coming to contribute to it, and then I'm like getting ready for bed and stuff, and I'm just moving around, and then next thing I knew, I heard that doorbell. I was like, oh shit, I'm backstage.
Yeah, I didn't even look down. I was so into what I was saying and trying to choose my words carefully. I, I was like, oh my gosh.
No, we're good. But yeah, so there's that, and then I think that's it. Oh, and let me just say this because you said I still don't know what happened in court. Nothing got. They didn't get a chance to let anything happen, child. They canceled court basically.
Yeah,
The
because
judge left the bench. Hoover left the courthouse, and next thing you know, it was done. I was like, what the hell? So evidently, from what I gathered, listening to a little bit of Wisdom's daughter and what Pam mentioned too. Again, haven't seen all of either of their lives yet, but I guess there may be a contempt hearing or some shit
who in contempt?
that they are in contempt because of which they're not, but that their Rule 22s were signed off by him, but because there weren't specific days that they wanted to be present, that that's why he's saying it's invalid, even though he signed it without reading.
Is this the judge that got kicked off of
No,
YSL?
no,
Oh, okay.
mm-mm.
Um, Queen Black made a comment here. I'm gonna read. I'm gonna read it.
Okay.
Uh, it's on the screen. She says.
Queen Black.
Okay,
And
yes,
I think that's part of the issue,
I do
Queen
too.
Black,
I
because
do too.
that's where it started the first time.
Mm-hmm.
hmm
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And now we're here. hmm
Yeah, that came to my mind, but I didn't say nothing. I just didn't say nothing.
hmm
Um,
But the question is, well, never mind. Never mind. Let me get the hell out of here. Thanks for
okay.
having me up, and I'm actually seeing how this works back here. It's kind of cool. I like
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Yeah, thank you for coming up too. I
No, I
appreciate it.
appreciate it, babe. All right, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right. Good night.
Good night. Bye, y'all.
Bye. Um, let's see. The only black but not bitter says, what did she say? Where did it go? I can't find it. Oh, he's considering a contempt hearing. Nothing has been confirmed. But who's in contempt? Him? I don't like in order to be right, Jackson Tabasco. You're right about that. In order for someone to be in contempt, um, wouldn't they have? He's the one who did something wrong. I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Mocha and Dimple says, will they cancel if he's not gone plea because he feels they will throw out the car search? Uh I don't know why he feels, based on what I saw and what I read from the supplemental and all and what he presented. I can't understand why he thinks it would be sent out. I mean, it would be thrown out, but you know, I, who knows? I could be wrong about that. Um, yes, Aaliyah TV, that is exactly what happened. I ain't say nothing, but that is exactly what happened. Um, I'll put that up there. But still some people who are so confused out here. Southside Shy Town, what you say? Native wants you? He's with you? She said he's with me. Um, 80% CMO said the judge was acting like your parents when they're mad and calling you by the sibling's name. You know what I meant. I still just don't understand how there can be an issue with something that you signed off on. You signed off on this. No one else did. You did. So who's in contempt? You? Um, and how can there be contempt hearings? Because if no one ever held Sylvia in contempt, doggone it, then nobody should ever in life be held in contempt in court. Shark Tank Life said even if it were thrown out, Wooten says he has plenty of evidence outside of the truck contents. I agree. I agree with that. He does. He does have other evidence. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't understand. The only black I'll read the only black but not bitter's comment. She says, because WD had a camera running outside of the scope of her rule 22. Soul Power said the confusement is strong tonight. So let me recap. There is I just read Black but not bitter's comment. Um someone reached out who is in the chats, reached out to several content creators and talked about being, as Lenore just explained to us, being triggered because she has been a victim, and so wrote real Wooten, and that's the real reason why there's no communication. So that is what is being said, and that's all. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Say said right. Nesto and Boney got Hoover fighting a battle that's not necessary. Right. For this case. Shark Tank Life said all that time spent on cameras. and nothing done on the case. Waste of taxpayers' money. But I filled my morning while WFH. Lunar Brain, Fireheart said the fat mouse over there grinning like Jerry. Okay. Meanwhile, Nesto's feet are still dangling off the bunk tonight. Cold War. And you know what's funny about all this? What's funny about all this is that, okay, we moved this hearing up to this date, right? Because Hoover has to take a leave of absence, right? So this is why this was moved up. So here it is moved up today so we can do the final plea and all those things. And no final plea. Makes no sense. Jay Vickers said, first of all, it was done to call this a final plea hearing when suppression evidence has not been ruled on. And thank you for that, Jay Vickers, because the suppression. Now, here we were in court today. Nothing was done. We have not ruled on the suppression. We have not discussed Will Wooten supplemental. We have not talked about the final plea. And Jay Vickers is right. Why would there be a final plea if we have not ruled? There's still things that need rulings. Mai Tai said he said it should be for dates and not concurrent until the duration of the case. You're talking about the Rule 22? Yeah, that's what he was saying. That's what he was saying. That so basically every time you want to appear, you need to go fill out a Rule 22. That's what it sounded like to me from what I was hearing and what I heard on the streets. So, Miss Principal said, "What Native be Native? They're calling for you, Native." You never know who's gonna beam. Aunt Nettie said, "Native, come to the front. You got some splaining to do." Coffee is brewing said, "I think Native still shocked from last night." Leah TV said, "Literally nothing was accomplished because they're too worried about YouTube." Right, too worried about YouTube. But I just don't understand. How do you sign a Rule 22 and then be mad about the Rule 22 that you signed? Peppermint Patty said, "I don't understand. Since nothing had started, why didn't he have all he was concerned with removed and continued with business?" Well, and they weren't the only two. It was a lot of, from what I hear, attorneys in chambers today. That's what I heard. So, um, Jay Vicker said the escapades today did nothing but another delayed. Peekaboo said, "When is the judge going to make a ruling? It's crazy." Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, Queen Black, how it affects Hoover's leave of absence. I mean, I don't think that Hoover could say, uh, I don't think they could say, "Well, you can't take one." I mean, I don't know how that works with lawyers. Sanders RN says, "This is the importance of court TV. We can clearly see the slow process of the legal world and the defendants stay long in jail without sentencing." I mean, look how long, the YSL ordeal, look how long they were in jail and how long this court case went on. And the Only Black But Not Bitter says it's continuous, not concurrent. Continuous. Yeah, and he had a problem with the Rule 22 being continuous, and he signed it. Miss Principal says, so basically he didn't want to work today. Major's wife said Nesto and Sonia got Hoover fighting everything but the charges. Frivolous motions. So, and let me read Jay Vickers and then we're going to move on. Jay Vickers said, and I agree, she says, evidently, the same person who drafts those grammatical infested errors in Hoover's motions is the same one who signs off on Rule 22s without reading. All right. Now we are going to move on and y'all know what we are going to next. Let me pull that up. Let me go. I forgot I got to go over there. If it's still there. Oh, wait a minute. wait a minute. Wait a minute. I know. Mm. Wait a minute, y'all. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. I was about to say. I was about to say. All right. Okay. Let me share this. I wanted to bypass some stuff. So let me share this screen and before we get into it, let me do this again because um sometimes we got to do this. Fair Use Act disclaimer. This content is for educational purposes only. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for the purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, reacting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Okay, so I've read that. So I am using this per the Copyright Fair Use Act. My runner is on the bottom of the screen. Let's get into it. Okay, so it's up here. All right, let's get into this.
Okay, okay. So when is that over with?
Mm, let me do this. Okay, there we go.
Okay, okay. All right. So I was doing, and that's Williams. Remember the one that we were doing? Well, see you later. Bye, honey. All right, y'all. Hey, guys. Well, y'all, there's been some drama in the courtroom. Let me tell you, only person I feel sorry for is Attorney Pam. I feel sorry for her because it was not her doing. Let me tell you. Let me tell you what happened, y'all. Let me tell you, somebody decided to live stream while court was not in session. And the deputy happened to see them. And that's what triggered everything.
Did you hear her? She said that the deputy saw him. So um it had been reported that she ran and told a deputy, but according to Sylvia, the deputy saw her recording.
So I feel sorry for Attorney Pam Esquire because of that person live streaming, she got called out too. So now both of them have to go before the judge. They both have to go before the judge. Yes, that person was live streaming, and the deputy saw her live streaming because he even asked her. He said, "You're not supposed to have the phone up," and she had it up. He saw it, and he stood there watching her. And so they decided to go check out everything. That's why they called both sides to the back. They called both attorneys to the back. And when they got back there, I guess that's when they had the discussion. And so she got Pam in trouble. Got Pam in trouble because they saw Pam person camera, but the person that Pam had did not have his camera on. Did not have his camera on.
It's not my understanding that Pam got in trouble. I mean, I think when the discussion about the continuous Rule 22 came up, I think from what I heard, Pam spoke up and said, um, well, mine says this too, or something or another. I think I heard that Pam said, Soul Power the Outcast says she wants someone else to go before the judge like her. Aaliyah TV says she's really making it seem like Pam did something. Attitude and Tylenol says she's an agent of chaos, and that's why she will forever be Built like a can of busted biscuits. Jay Vickers said she did not. What do you mean she did not? Them folks said the judge says we have some motions recently filed. Let's discuss those. He was not talking about that stupid live stream. Leah Lady says she doesn't know what she's talking about. Now it's my understanding, and Wisdom's daughter, she said she was on her, she wasn't streaming the proceedings. She was on she was doing something live. I mean, now I heard Wisdom's daughter say this. I mean, that happened. So I did hear her say that. 7 word tweet said, and I mean, we know that this person is not truthful a lot of the times. We know that she makes things up, but who knows? I wasn't there. Bella said she's so happy to report like a child. Yes, like a child. So I am Coco said, why is she yelling? Because she's giddy. She is so giddy. Leo Lady said, no, I mean, IS doesn't know what the judge and attorneys were discussing. Okay. I thought maybe he called it out in court like they do on TV. I don't know. Like, I have to reiterate, I wasn't there. Dennis is in New York, go Roro. Rossi said Pam wasn't in trouble. I didn't hear that Pam. The only thing I heard was that Pam spoke up and said, well, mine says continuous too. Ducky Dexter says she gets on my only nerve that I have, Legacy. The woman he chose says she broke her ankle running telling folks. New Orleans ladies, how you doing?
But the other person was live streaming, y'all, from the phone with a Rule 22 from 2024. Yup. Got Pam in trouble. Yup. You know me.
She had like 2024 was 10 years ago. That was only a couple of months ago. And if I'm not mistaken, and I know somebody here, Petty said, why is she so excited? Somebody here can correct me, but it's my understanding. I don't know about Pam's, but it's my understanding that Wisdom's daughter's Rule 22 is signed in October. We're April, we're just I mean, so that's just slightly 6 months. So it's not like it was like 6 years ago. It was almost 6 months ago. I don't see what the problem was, especially since he was the judge who signed it. Now I know some people were saying that another judge signed it, but it's my understanding he is the one who signed it. Them folks said she is so smug when she gets arrested and everyone's trial she covers. 7 word tweet. Yup. You'll Oh, it was December. The real big okay, December. See, look at that. Pam's was in December. Um, December. So I mean, come on. We're talking about within a 6 month period. What is the big deal? What is the big deal? Damachi the RN said, I'm sorry, Legacy. I believe she reported her. She has way too much joy reporting this. So, yeah, well, now she does sound awfully excited about this. Awfully excited. Rossi says, I don't dislike a lot of people, but that lady works my nerves. So, Pam's was December, from what I'm hearing. And let's go with Wisdom's daughters being October, because I swear that's what I heard. We're not talking about years and years ago. So I don't know why the judge or this lady right here on the screen is making such a big deal about it.
Me and Pam don't get along, but that woman did it. She got Pam in trouble, got Pam stuff looked at too. Yep, that's who it was. That's who it was, Mugshot. Yep, that's who it was. That's who it was. That's who it was. Yep. That's who it was. Yep. She got Pam in trouble. I know me and Pam don't get along, but wrong is wrong. Pam did not do it.
How many
The
times
other one
you gonna
did.
say that?
And they went and looked at both Rule 22 and saw both of them was dated last year. Yep. NESTO's thing has been postponed to another date because the judge still has not ruled on the other item. They spoke only about that Rule 22 stuff. That Rule 22 stuff is what took their attention today. So I left because when NESTO's attorney left, I left too. That's why I'm in the car. God don't like ugly. God don't like ugly. God don't like ugly.
I'm sorry. What does God have to do? I'm in confusement. How did God get in it? I thought we were talking about the judge, Pam, Wisdom's daughters, Rule 22's, Nesto. That's what I thought. I don't. Where'd God come from? Soul Power said nobody thinks Pam got in trouble because she didn't. My Tai said she and Ponytail are made for one another. I saw that. Where's Del Sol's comment? Del Sol said the Glee is weird AF. It is, isn't it? Ari Vibe said based on something one of her mods said, I think they plan on reporting people who were trolling her, in the chat. They ain't slick. Ari Vibes report to who? What? I mean, I know, YouTube could do, I mean, but are you serious? That's just like this free lawyer from freelawyerreport.com that she got, that is she don't have to pay for it, and he's gonna sue all the content creators for using her copyrighted material and her mods. So mods, beware. If you see somebody playing my stuff, we gonna sue. First of all, ma'am, that does not, you're talking about something that applies to writers from what, our my good friend Native Tribe said, number one. And number two, I read the stuff. And what you were talking about and how it applies to YouTube and the Fair Use Act is two different things. So basically, and it's what I find funny is for that useless conversation that her and Sonia had. She made that big speech at the beginning about using her likeness, all this stuff, and putting this runner up, all of that. I think it's awfully funny that while she reports this today, she's not concerned about anybody streaming her live. Where's all the warnings and bells and whistles? She's not concerned about it. Peppermint Patty said it was supposed to be until the trial ended. You talking about the Rule 22? Yeah. So why isn't she, they're gonna steal my content? Why isn't she doing that now? Miss Being 3 says the judge is to determine if the Rule 22 should be filled out each court date versus having continuous Rule 22. She's a douche. I Revive said at Blue Bear, one mod repeatedly told the other mods not to block folks or delete their comments, giving her penchant for tattling. I think she plans on reporting. Who knows? She might. Who knows? Southside Chi-Town said, I Revive. She needs the watch time. She lets the trolls stay. She does. And more important, well, no, let me shut up.
You try to be dirty, try to be nasty, and she got in trouble.
Oh, good night, Say Jay. Have a good day tomorrow.
And got poor Pam in trouble too. Pam was there minding her business. Her camera guy did not have the camera on, but the other one had she was live streaming, y'all. She had the phone that the guy told her, because he was getting on everybody about having a phone, right? He told her, and then she acted like, she had a Rule 22, so he said, but you're not supposed to have it on right now because court has not started. Court has not started. So she had to live stream it, and they was watching it because that dude had it on too. The guy, the what's the name guy was standing right there just watching her. He was watching her, since
Doggone it. I'm trying to eat my tuna sub right while she's talking. And somebody in the chat might be able to tell me. I think she was talking, I think she might have been doing a live, like, how you just get on and say hi, I'm at whatever. I don't think she was. I mean, she's acting like she was taping the proceedings, and somebody else, the guy, the guard, whoever, was watching, and I don't think that that was the case. Um, she was talking to Dennis, Leo lady. Okay.
So since she don't talk to me, I wasn't gonna tell her, hey, he watching you, but I ain't say nothing. I just sat there and and he was looking at it, y'all. What went on now? Well, that lady who always like jocking my bra strap, she got him
Did she say jock in my bra strap? Y'all.
in trouble because she was live streaming while the judge was not on the bench, and she got caught. The guy told her he wasn't supposed to be recording, and she says he basically had the Rule 22. So the judge called both the defense and the prosecutor to the back, and they had a long meeting. And I guess they went and looked at the live, and they saw her, and the judge called them up, asked them questions, and told them that they're gonna have a court date to see whether or not they've been to be held in contempt. Yep, that's what happened. So, and that dude is not in the courtroom. He's been live streaming her live stream. So they all playing games.
Oh, that dude not in the courtroom. She's talking about Dennis. Okay. Well, here's my thing. If let's put aside the Rule 22. If Dennis was streaming Wisdom's daughter's stream, that's between Dennis and Wisdom's daughter, not her. She ain't got nothing to do with it. Why is she worried about that?
I have 25 views. Still sure do. I have 65 views, but 65 views of people that are honest. Big mad, big mad. Twin, you big mad, big mad, big mad, big mad, big mad, big mad. No, it ain't funny.
And from what I hear, there's a lot of confusion going on in court, not just because of these Rule 22s, because of other stuff. You mean to tell me they took time out to go sit in some chambers to watch a YouTube video? First of all, if that, I mean, all they would have had to do was ask Wisdom's daughter, she would have probably said yes. I mean, so why would the as a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure they did ask her, and she probably said yes. Not thinking that she was doing something that she shouldn't have done. What did you say? Nesto Shackle Shuffle Walk of Shame said Dennis Byron was scamming people out of cash apps like he was at the courthouse. Now, like I said, I was jumping all over. Wait a minute, let me see. Lou Springer said she is too old to be so messy. I have never seen or heard of a person being so petty. I know, right? Miss CJ Harmony says sounds like Sylvia and Sonia have been a little manic lately. Ain't that the truth? But I think I just find it hard to believe that the judge was sitting back in chambers, sitting up, watching YouTube, trying to see what the heck was going on YouTube. Now, I don't know what the confusion is because, like I said, I was all over the place just trying to get the best information I could get. So I was everywhere. But why? I don't I was it was no confusion for me. I knew, and I don't know how, but I knew Dennis was in New York and that he wasn't there. So I don't know why anybody thought he was there, because even I knew that, and I don't even I don't watch Dennis like that. So but I knew where he was. So I'm confused how he would be asking for cash apps and nobody knew that he wasn't there, because I knew he wasn't there. Damachi the RN said yes, he led everyone to believe he was there. I didn't know he wasn't in the building until Pam said, Dennis, I don't see him today. Oh, okay. Um Lady. Pen Pal 50 said if they don't give them a Rule 22, we still know what happened. Right, right. Ray Del Lewis said Dennis said he was there. Did he really? I didn't know that. Mimi says he said he was there. He okay, but if he said he was there, how did he explain why he was streaming what Wisdom's daughter was? Okay. Okay.
She just need to follow rules because she's going to be held in contempt. I hope.
No, she did not say, hey, Miss HLS. No, she did not say he needs to follow rules. All right.
Pam don't get in trouble, but she was live streaming, y'all, and she wasn't supposed to be live streaming. I hope Pam don't get in trouble. That's the only person I'm concerned about. But the other one, she was live streaming, y'all. She was live, and the man was watching her, and he asked her to move to, not to be recording. And she kept recording. So he told. She got in trouble. So I asked him.
Now, I find it hard to believe that the guard went up and asked Wisdom's daughter, so what are you doing? And told her to stop recording, and she kept on. Now, that I don't believe. I do not believe. I will buy the fact that no, Sylvia didn't run to tell a guard. I will go with that. Okay. But you cannot make me believe that they told Wisdom's daughter to stop recording and she kept on recording. Leo Lady said, well, he sure did lead everyone to think he was there. He was getting cash apps for coffee. I did hear he was asking for coffee. Rossi said he did. And at first said Sonya was there. Really? People giving y'all, oh my gosh. Queen Black said, I don't think he was there. I missed him saying that. So what I'm getting is that, well, I knew he wasn't there, but what I'm getting is he was leading people to believe that he was there and getting super chats for being there. Okay, Shark Tank Life said, meanwhile, Nesto is likely getting his prostate checked right now. Donachi, the RN, said the transcript came out very quickly. So who cared? What? The transcript is out. Wait a minute now. I wonder how much it is. I'll check on that tomorrow. The only black but not bitter said, I heard DB say, thanks for super chats. Keep them coming. Really? Wow. Wow. Wow.
Why? What happened? He says, first of all, she didn't have Route 22. Route 22 was from last year. And so I guess they've decided to look at Pam's too and not just her. But it was.
Wait, Thirsty Rabbit said the guard did ask her to stop. So wait, but this is what I'm saying. I'm not saying the guard didn't ask her to stop. What I'm having a hard time believing is that the guard asked Wisdom's daughter to stop and she didn't. I'm gonna be honest, that don't sound like her. That just don't sound like that. Like her. Somebody sent him $200. What? Leo Lady said, yes, the transcript was released about 6. Okay. I'm checking into that. Domachi, the RN, said after he said stop and she moved the camera down, she kept the audio. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. Stand corrected. Ooh.
It was her that got them in trouble. Twin mom, are you mad? Are you mad, twin mom? Are you mad? Twin mom, are you mad? Are you mad? Twin mom, I never got contempt on my stuff, y'all. I've never been held in contempt.
Because you was lucky.
I got my stuff 9 to 5, but I've never been held in contempt. No, they didn't stop court because of legal streaming. No. Court is still going. And that's still, the judge still has not ruled on his part yet. So they're gone. We're gone for that. The judge's giving them another date. Judge is giving them another date. How often you need to renew it? You need to renew it every single time until trial start. When trial start, that's when you put for the duration of the trial. But while it's doing pre-trial and stuff, you have to do it each time. Each time you have to put in a Rule 22. Each time. Only when trial starts. That's when you put in a Rule 22 for duration of the trial.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. That does make sense. It does make sense that each time there's a hearing, you would have to put one in, and the only time you can get a continuous one is for the trial. But here again, let me go back to saying that he signed off on it. Hey, Glorious Love, how are you? Del Sol said, you might as well call getting kicked out the courtroom contempt. I mean, like, isn't it? I mean, the judge sat up there and admonished you in front of people. In front of people. And we're not going to even talk about getting arrested in front of people. Miss HLS says she acts like the judge didn't sign it with a continuous date on. That's what I'm saying. I mean, if the judge wants to rethink his position, okay, fine. But why? This is not, I mean, come on. Peekaboo said the transcript was only about the Rule 22 discussion that was on record. Oh, okay. Okay. The real VB said, she that was shady as hell. I thought Dennis was there too. That's like clickbait to me. Hmm. Yeah, it is. Thessie Jules said IS is going to let her big mouth write a check that her behind can't cash. Oh, let's continue to listen though.
So I feel bad for Pam. That's the only. I don't feel bad for the other one because she knew she wasn't supposed to be live streaming. She knew because the man told her not to live stream, and she was still doing it. She was still live streaming. Pam was not. Pam Guy turned out didn't even have the camera on, but because she was there, the judge asked for Pam's Rule 22 as well. That other one was streaming right there. When the man saw her, he told her to put the phone up, and she continued to live stream. She put the phone down, hiding it, but the guy was watching her. He was watching her, and now they have to go before the court. And then she's gonna ask the judge, "Well, can I still?" The judge said, "No, nope." But I do feel bad for Pam because she was following the rules, but because of the other one doing what she did, they had to go look at it. They had to go look at it. So I feel bad for Pam. That's the only one I feel bad for. Pam and her camera guy. And you know me and Pam do not get along. We do not get along. But right. I mean, if that other one wasn't doing what she was doing, and they told her put the phone down. But no, she had to continue to record. She had to continue to record. So now they have to give them a court date to meet with the judge. The judge is going to decide whether or not to hold them in contempt. I hope Pam don't get in trouble because she was not recording. She was not recording. The other one was recording. So that's the drama for the courtroom, y'all. That's the drama. That is the drama.
Domachi, the RN, hun, you are fine. You're fine.
But NESTO, they're going to give him a continuous another date. I'll give him another date. So he's going to go back to his cell.
He's going to go.
Trevor said, hit the like button. Thank you, Trevor. Trevor said, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Thank you, Trevor. Trevor's funny. So that is what happened in court today. Nothing happened with NESTO at all, but Only the Rule 22 drama. Rule 22 drama. Yeah, messy boots. She was here for the wrong reason. That's why she got in trouble. That's why she got in trouble. And then she messed it up for Pam. She messed it up for Pam. I felt so bad for Pam. I really did. I really.
How can you be at a court hearing for the wrong reason? I'm confused. Mitt Rossi said, I wish I would hit the like button for you, you non Christian active self. The only black but not bitter said, I've never heard Pam say that she doesn't get along with. I've never either. Why does she keep repeating that? That girl said she's using Pam's name for clicks and views. Overgrown. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mai Tai said, yes, it would be too much beauty for you, Mimi. Jay Vickers says she's talking like she's no Rule 22. Dennis was the one who showed her how to get the Rule 22s. Sure was. Sure was. I just don't understand why she keep talking about her and Pam not getting along. A hit dog says she said Pam's name about 500 times. Yes. Del Sol said Pam ignores her as she should.
Really did because I thought they were going to at least let Pam stay because she wasn't violating anything. She wasn't recording anything like that. But that lady was recording, y'all. She was trying to be Miss Fast. She was trying to be Miss Fast, and she was recording. She was trying to be, you know what I'm saying, y'all. I just hope Pam does not get in trouble. I hope not. I really don't. I hope not. Because she was not recording. The guy just had it on. Yes, that's who did it. Somebody asked me which one. Yes, that's the one. Yep, that's the one. Yeah, I know the one. Though you know the one that followed me to the beauty shop. The one who tried to act like I'm doing this. The one who followed me all the way to my court case. That one. That one, y'all. That one. Karma is a bee, isn't it?
I wish these people would learn how karma works before they quit throwing that around. First of all, she didn't follow you to the beauty shop. She was in the car right beside you. She was in the passenger seat of your car, so she didn't follow you. She didn't follow you to your court hearing because she filled out a Rule 22, very much so like you fill out for all the court cases you go to. So nobody is following or stalking you, okay? Then, on top of that, she wants to act like, she's perfect, she's this, she's that, and she's this courtroom vlogger. She doesn't even know courtroom jargon, nor is she putting an S on the end of things, okay? But what I want to know is how is she at this point? It sounds like she's kissing Pam's behind. Like you know how you want somebody to be your friend, so you do a whole bunch of stuff for him or her. This is what it sounds like to me. Why she keep bringing Pam's name up? I mean, yeah, I hope Pam doesn't get in trouble. I hope Pam doesn't get. She got Pam in trouble. I hope she doesn't get in trouble. I mean, come on. Come on. Leo Lady said, damn, I need a nightcap after all this noise. Mixtress Monica said they both went into the beauty shop together. There's a video show. Exactly. Exactly. Thank you, Miss Principal. Brown nose. Brown nose, and that's it. Um, the only black but not bitter says she makes me want to drive down to Clayton County to attend her trial. I know, right? Catch a flight and everything for me. Leah TV says she wants Pam to be her lawyer for free. The woman he chose said, today has been a day. Whew, I know that's right. I know that's right. Sanders RN says IS wants Pam to give her free legal advice. I don't know, but she doing something. She brown nosing for something. Miss Principal said I'm 8 hours away and I might drive. Okay.
Karma is a beat. It does not have an expiration date. Yeah, my paparazzi. That's the one. The paparazzi. That's the one, Messy Boots. That is the one. That is the one that got Pam's stuff taken. That's who Pam need to go after, not me. She need to go after her because that man told her to put the phone down. No, she kept doing it, and the man was looking at her. She had it. She had it turned down. He kept looking. He kept watching. He kept looking. I was like, see, I could have told her that he kept looking at her, but I was like, let me mind my business. I ain't involved. I'm in mind my business. But I did not know they were going to come after Pam. I did not know. And I felt really, really sad for Pam because she didn't deserve it.
You know, if you're a Christian, why wouldn't you say, because you're a Christian, you know, why wouldn't you just say, hey, listen, I don't think you should, you're not supposed, you're going to get in trouble. I don't care if you like the person or not. Why wouldn't you do that? Jay Vickers said Dana J said he was always going to show up just to spite her and get her escorted out, but he ain't showed today. I wish he would. I would see. He did say that, but he only attended that one hearing and didn't attend anymore. So I don't understand that because that would have been too funny because I got a kick out of it the last time he did it. Thessie Jules said she recorded that before she saw how much money Pam got afterwards from her supporters. The woman he chose says she sounds like a messy 9-year-old kid. I know somebody in here said that. I think it was SD Martinique said it reminded her of her 4-year-old grandchild, the way she's acting. Gloria Love said she is saying the same thing over and over again. I know we're going to go to the end because this is what I really want y'all to hear.
She did not deserve it at all. You know, me and her don't see eye to eye, but she did not deserve it.
Let me see.
See, will you stop that mess? I ain't docked nobody. Stop it.
Oh. Here we go. Let me go back.
I'm about
This is a part we want to hear.
on the slide. They beg on the slide.
Here we go.
See, I can have as many people in the Irene vibes. Come on now. Y'all think I'm worried about y'all numbers? Y'all think I'm worried about y'all numbers?
This is the part that got me. People like Twin Mommy of 14, Irie Vibes, and whoever else was in there. It's funny how today they didn't get blocked. It's really funny. My Tai said Wisdom's daughter says she spoke to IS. Wisdom's daughter is better than me for that one. She sure is, because I wouldn't have. I mean, apparently Wisdom's daughter hasn't heard that diss track that Sylvia plays that was written on her behalf.
Talk glass. Tell them. Let me put talk glass. Let me show talk glasses. Now y'all all beg. Every single body that's on YouTube begs. They just beg a different way than I do. I beg.
So Tall Glass said V is begging. Dennis is begging. Only one aunt begs. The only one aunt begging is Pam. Oh, the only one that ain't begging is Pam. Girl, if you're gonna do a read, learn how to type it. Tazamall says, got the same disorder as Cackling Hen, always repeating herself.
Up front. I beg with a word. But they beg on a slide. They beg on a slide. If they weren't begging, they wouldn't put their cash app up. If they weren't begging, they wouldn't ask for super chat. If they wasn't begging, they wouldn't put a thing for them to meet, have a certain amount. Stop it. Y'all all beg, just like I do.
It's no, girl, no. First of all, we have a thing on the channel where you can set a goal that you might want to reach for a live. I think I did it once or twice. But if I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong if someone wants to tip their host or whatever by whatever means. That's fine too. There's nothing wrong with that. The difference is we're not out here. Oh, I need a cord for my laptop. Can you give me some money? Oh, I need some lunch. Can you give me some money? Oh, I need gas to get to the courthouse and home. Can you give me some money? There's a difference. There is a difference. I mean, this is what some people do this as a full-time job, some people do this as a part-time job. You yourself do it as a full-time job. But the difference is we are not begging like, oh, please give me, oh my God, oh, I need a cord, oh, I need to pay my hotspot, oh, I need groceries, oh, I need lunch. We don't come out here doing that. Y'all ain't never heard me come out here and ask for lunch. Okay, so that's the difference. Aunt Nettie says she must be off her meds. I don't know what. Oh, thank you, Jay Vickers. Cell phone bill. Cell phone bill. See, that's the difference. I've never heard V beg for a Cash App. I've never heard it. Revive said I've had her on video on pause and was just interacting in the chat. Didn't know I got a shout out, laughing my ass off. Southside Chi-Town says Sly acts like she doesn't get a YouTube check. New Orleans lady said no, it's begging when a person starts asking for gas or food or rent. That one is begging. Everything else is just voluntary. I mean, like if you have like that ignorant ass person who was in here early talking about begging, there's a difference. I mean, sometimes we all have crises and things that happen in our lives. And, sometimes we have to do that. That was an unexpected crisis that has happened in her life. I don't think I would fault her, this lady on the screen, if she did that, but it's every other day. You need to, oh, look, they sent me stuff because they love me. I mean, come on. If somebody sends me something, I would appreciate it and move on. But this lady here, but wait, let me keep on. Let me find what I want.
I will not. I will not use any form of witchcraft. Witchcraft is when you try to pray negativity on somebody else. You know that, right? Now, y'all a bunch of witches. Y'all are wishing negativity on me. Because that.
So anybody who wishes negativity on her is witch. Let me explain you something to you, Sylvia. Witchcraft don't work like that. I'm not gonna tell you how I know, but it don't work like that. That's number one. That's number two. I don't know any witch who would waste their time trying to do anything to you because you aren't worth it. You're less than. Okay, so I'm not going to say that either. Okay, won't say that. But what I will say is you are the very person who called your mother, who's from Haiti, and talked about people picking on you, and you let her get on your life and threaten all of the people with voodoo. Okay, lady? This is what you did. You did that. Nesto Shackle Shuffle Walk of Shame says, we are begging on your behalf. Please consider becoming a member. Super chat, super stickers, member milestones, membership gifting, and cash app. Miss HLS said the other content creators don't have to have clothes and hard toilet seats given to them. Them folks said it's too much energy to be bothered with eyes. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know anyone who does practice the craft that would be this interested in doing something so that you would have bad luck, and somebody just saying it. I know sometimes you can speak things into existence, but somebody just saying things like, oh, I hope she goes to jail or whatever. I mean, that doesn't mean they're putting a spell on you. Trust me, I know. I ain't telling you how, but I do. Them folks said, remember when she had that mod revolt because she was asking for lawyer money? And the one mod said she would match everyone. Then they found out they were paying old girl back for the lawyer. Yes, that is in my collection of lives. I'm gonna have to put her thing, put all her lives in one location. Lunar Brain Fireheart says a succubus calling people witches is wild. Mistress Monica said, no witch would waste time on something they already know the outcome. Okay, thank you. IS has cooked her own goose. Yes. I revives. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. And I didn't beg for it. IS, I didn't beg for it. So, but thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for supporting the platform. Them folks said at Mixtress Monica, exactly. IS is acting like witches are just out here bored. Okay. That's what I try to say about, Nesto. If you knew the time and the energy that went into such a thing, you would know ain't nobody just out here doing it to you. You're your own bad luck. We don't nobody need to wish it on you. You are your own.
That comes right back to y'all. I better be careful. Better be careful. I better be careful. I pray for everybody, Bella. I pray for predators. In fact, predators need more prayer than anybody because to help God deliver them from that kind of character, they need prayer more than anybody. Did you know that?
So, did y'all know that predators need prayer to deliver them from that spirit or that whatever is wrong with them, that character that is wrong with them? So they need it more than anybody, more than the victims. I didn't say it; she did. Okay, that's all I'm saying. That's what she said. Del Sol said, "Girl, bye." Go Roro said, "Oh my, repeat." Miss HLS says Sylvia proved today what we already knew. They don't know anything, and Nesto didn't come home. Yeah, okay. Because where is his address? Right here, right now, tonight. Where is it? We know where he's at. Okay. Y'all may not know where Legacy Moon lives, but we know where Nesto is living. Okay. I was asked to go back, so let me go back.
No, we are not talking about Nesto's crime. We're talking about what happened in court. We're talking about what happened in court.
Wait, Pen Pal 50. Pen Pal 50 said. Wait a minute, she said predators. WTF, predators, bitch, go straight to hell. Rossi, thank you, thank you, thank you so much for the super chat. Rossi says, just love it here. And I love you being here, Rossi. I love you being here. And thank you, thank you, thank you so much for supporting the platform. Wow. Predators. Oh my God. Y'all, you can't make it up.
I won't have the haterades. I'll have a new group of people. Wade in the water. Hey, astrology mind. What's going on, baby? Baby girl, what's going on? Wade in the water. Pamela, eat yourself.
You know what's bad? When someone's insulting her and she can't even read the insult right.
In the water, children, wade in the waters. Not gonna trouble the waters. Wade in the waters.
Oh God.
Wade in the water. I deliver them from that kind of character. They need prayer more than anybody. Did you know that? Did you know that? They need prayer more than anybody. They need prayer more than anybody, y'all. More than anybody. Yep.
So next time, don't worry about praying for them victims. You pray for the predators. Yeah, that's just like saying during slavery time. don't pray for the slaves. Pray for the slave master. Pray for master. Pray for him. He got a lot of troubles on his mind. Pray for Massa.
Do not desire nothing negative on anybody. I'd be like, Lord bless them. I will not.
Lies.
I will not use any form of witchcraft. Witchcraft is when you try to pray negativity on somebody else. You know that, right? Now, y'all a bunch of witches. Y'all are witching negativity on me.
That is not what witchcraft is.
Because that comes right back to y'all. I better be careful. Better be careful.
Who told her that?
I better be careful. I pray for everybody, Bella. I pray for predators. In fact, predators need more prayer than anybody because to help God deliver them from that kind of character, they need prayer more than anybody. Did you know that?
Not from their depravity, but that kind of character. This woman can't speak.
Did you know that? They need prayer more than anybody.
Thank you, Mistress
They need prayer more
Monica.
than anybody, y'all. More than anybody.
Right, Lunar Brain Fireheart says, don't pray for me. I like my freedom. Because we know with her, when the prayers go up, the indictments come down.
Yep. Sonia, you want to come? No, I don't want to bring you up. If I bring you up, I'm gonna have to play my music because every time you come up, they want to play our stuff. I have to play my music if you come up. No, we're not doing that. I'm not gonna do that today.
So, if Sonya comes up, wait a minute. Let me let her finish.
I play my music. Miss Wallace, strawberry still looks better. Why are y'all so stuck on what somebody look like? Come on now. God, do you think Sonya made herself? No.
So not only is she letting not only is she letting the trolls stay in the chat, she's reading their comments and telling them out, okay, all right. I Revive said, oh yes, Him was in the chat, and the chat went in. I see. So she didn't want to mess up her bottom line here. Okay. She didn't want to mess up her bottom line. So she didn't want to bring Sonya up because every time she brings Sonya up, they play her stuff. So you mean to tell me the next time she has Sonya on, who she has on supposedly to help her views, you're going to do something like play music to mess it up so that we can't play it? First of all, let me tell you something. I will hit members only and go in there because I don't monetize my members only lives. I will hit members only and put that video right in there. So, girl, you ain't doing nothing. Nothing. Miss HLS says she's demonetizing her own video with her slow self. And see, that's why she decided not to do it.
God made it. So you're complaining about God giving Sonya a certain look. So you better watch that, y'all. You better watch that. Y'all just messing with God's creation.
Girl.
Y'all just so mean. Why are y'all so mean spirited?
See, I'm not a Christian, so none of that phases me. And I'm already pretty. So, I mean, what's going to happen? Are you wishing negativity on me, Sylvia? Are you using witchcraft?
What is going on? Why are y'all so mean? Shabby, yeah, she used to be. All of y'all used to be on my channel. Y'all used to be on my channel jocking. Now all of a sudden y'all mad. Y'all.
Ari Vibes, go roll. Let me see who else being Jet Black Stray. This lady said y'all jocking her. Y'all used to be in her chat and y'all ain't there no more, so y'all jocking. Okay, that's what she said.
Angry. Y'all pissed off. Why? She doesn't even believe it. She doesn't have to believe in God. God got her regardless. Did you know God made the good, the bad, the ugly, the non-good? He made all of them.
Okay, somebody explain to me. I'm not. I used to be a Christian, but do God really got somebody who don't even believe He exists? I mean, I'm just asking for Shay B's cousin.
And our job as Christian, as believers, is to win souls for Christ, not bash them. You think people are going to want our God if you constantly bashing them? No, you're supposed to love on them for them to be loved into the kingdom. That's what you're supposed to do. Love on them so they can be loved into the kingdom. What?
Del so said, huh, what Bible she read? I have never read in the Bible or heard it being written in the Bible. Love on people until they get into the kingdom. Well, first of all, I thought they had to believe in the king to get. I mean, that's like part of getting. Okay, I'm just saying. That's what I heard. Pen Pal 50 said, I ain't heard that word in a long time. Jocking. V the one says she is a lie because I never subscribe to her or watch that slow. Sassy Jules says the only one bashing Wisdom's daughter. Yes. Mistress Monica said IS is a demon, but yet witchcraft is bad. Okay, I know, right? Peppermint Patty said, but bash them first.
What person would want a God that you guys serve that you just so nasty to the person? Our job as believers is to win souls to Christ. That's our job, not bash them and keep them away from God. Come on now. I know better than that.
I didn't know bashing
Where's
put people
Nesto?
away.
He's going back to the courthouse, going back to his thing. The judge had not ruled on it. The judge was dealing with that Rule 22 stuff. That's what the judge was dealing with today. And then he had a whole bunch of other cases that he was doing.
That had nothing to do with. Okay, he was dealing with the Rule 22, but that didn't stop anything being done on Nesto's case because he was dealing with Rule 22 stuff. I mean, he's the judge. He could have said, get out. Your Rule 22s are expired. Get out. That's what he could have done. He ain't have to take time and waste time on it. Man, girl, stop it. Right, Thessy Jules says the twerking for Jesus Christian. Yeah, got that song and she stand up twerking, talking about she twerking for Jesus. Okay.
We're supposed to win souls to Christ. You guys are acting like antichrist. I don't believe in Jesus. Because that's not the way Jesus treat people. I just pray that you guys do some soul searching. Really do.
I pray that you read the Bible so you know what it says. All right, let me take you to the end.
What's going on here? Nothing, just me. It.
Because I don't want y'all to miss this.
I
What is she playing now?
2.7 is called Mr. Ernest Williams, signed by me September last year.
Oh, I guess she's playing the judge's thing.
October 2nd, 2024. On that form, I checked out for the duration because you don't really know how long the child is going to be.
If you're not supposed to be recording, how did she get this on recording? Aunt Nettie says she went from being batshit crazy to preaching. I'm in the twilight zone. Mimi said, "How she get that?" That's what I'm saying. If you wasn't supposed to be, what is going on? Miss Principal said, "I believe that is Wisdom's daughter's feed." Okay, but you can't sit. What are y'all? Are y'all? Okay, so she just sat up here and trashed Wisdom's daughters for about an hour, and she's playing her feed. The same lady who don't want people playing people's feed. Okay. All right. Them folks said that car is all over the road while she swerves and screams about Wisdom's daughter and feeling sorry for Pam. Mm-hmm.
I'm not aware that there's a requirement to get a new one for every single one. It is. It is. I would need that with you. Will you allow me to still film today? No. No. Okay. That's fair. That's fair. I need to find out what the proper remedy is if you're doing this without a proper work. Well, it's checked out on the form. You might need to have a show call.
Child, I cannot. Let me get past this part because I cannot.
Oh, you said, what else you said?
I don't want to miss because I want y'all to hear the end of this. For those of y'all who don't know what's about to happen, I don't want you to miss the end of it. So why is she silent though? Maybe it's
Y'all, this girl, Mary, get off my clit, you little clit sucker. Bye, y'all. I'm going because I.
Did y'all hear that? Do I need to go back? Let me go back because I don't think y'all understand what just happened. Okay.
Better stop that mess. She violated it. She violated it and got Pam in trouble. She violated it. The man saw her with her phone up on the tripod. Y'all better stop that. Y'all get on my nerve with this lying. Y'all know she knows the truth what she did. She knows what she did.
So she
And
played
she
that
got
to
Pam
prove
in
a
trouble
point.
because if she had not done that, nobody would have ever even thought about it. No, she was live and living color. So that's what did it. Just tell the truth. It ain't got nothing to do with me. Pam knows it didn't have nothing to do with me. That girl got in trouble.
I must say that is kind of bold, especially if they told you to stop recording. You kept on recording, though. Ooh, wow. Hey, Carly Burke. Right, Aunt Nettie.
Y'all, this girl, Mary, get off my clit, you little clit sucker. Bye, y'all. I'm going because I don't want Mary to keep sucking my stuff. Bye. Bye, y'all.
So, for those of y'all, let's do that in slow motion in case somebody didn't catch it in the regular motion. Okay.
Yeah, I know she knows the truth what she did. She knows what she did. And she got Pam in trouble because she had not done that. No one would ever even thought about it. No, she was live and living color. That's what did it.
That's what did it, y'all.
Tell the truth, ain't got nothing to do with me.
Tell the truth. Good night, the woman he chose.
Pam knows it didn't have nothing to do with me.
Pam knows.
That girl got in trouble.
That girl got in trouble. Here we go, y'all. Here it comes. Here it comes. Come on, lady. I would bump it up, but hey, Baba Lady, where you been? Did you fall asleep? You said hi under the Oh my gosh, this is a long pause. Come on. Coffee's Brewing said, I need my helmet. We ain't got Shay being here tonight to give us the helmet warning. Sonia's white muscle t-shirt said, don't nobody want the lint and dust. She carrying around cobwebs, ma'am. Wait a minute. Salt Tazem said, oh my tumor. Gluck, 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 gluck. Did I stop it? No, I didn't. This pause, it's a long pause. Wait a minute. Let me try to. Oh, she's low that laugh.
Bye.
Let me see. Ooh,
Yeah. This
here we go.
girl. Mary, get off my clit. You little clit sucker. Bye, y'all. I'm going.
Okay, see, there we go. Got it in slow motion. Sorry, it was too slow for a minute. That's the fast. That's the fastest slow speed that there is, though. Um, Let me see. Betsy Jules said, "Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for the super chat." She says, "Thanks for not being a gross, hypocritical liar like IS. You bring life with your laughter." Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for supporting the platform, and thank you for the kind words. Um, Mon says that is so gross. Cam Lewis says she plays with religion. Now she just got finished preaching to us about, getting into heaven and what we are supposed to do and whatnot. And she tells someone to suck her clit. This is what she does, this lady there. Uh-huh. But she's the Christian. That's all I can say. She is the Christian, the authority on the Bible, and she is telling us to go down below, way, way down below, down, down, baby, down by the seashore. Okay, let me see who else's comments do I want to read. Um, you know what? Come on, sister. Either you're gonna warn me or you're not. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, Miss BN3 has become a new member. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, oh, see, wait a minute, y'all. I forgot we've got a new member. Miss BN3, welcome, welcome, welcome to the Legacy Moon True Crime and Mystery Investigators. Drop your new emojis in the chat. And y'all, welcome Miss BN3 as a new investigator. I am gonna, by the way, since new member, I'm gonna I fell back on doing the lives after I got sick, and I just hadn't been able to organize myself and get back to it. But I will be getting back to bringing the lives, and hopefully I can do one this week. If I don't, I'll definitely try to get one on Saturday or Sunday, a members only live, because I try to do them once a week, and then post whatever other information comes about. I think, I don't know, I have to have a discussion with my peoples, but I might get those transcripts of everything, of the here, what all I can get transcripts of, especially the Rule 22 stuff, and maybe go over it. I don't know. We'll see. But that's all I have for y'all. That is all I have for y'all. I know I got to change my thumbnail. I said I was going to talk about Shannon Sharp, but I cannot. Um, Bible Lady says, wishful thinking on IS's part. Nobody wants to suck on that piece of rawhide, tough ass leather between her legs and risk getting kicked by one of her hooves. Now, ordinarily, Bible Lady, that would be cause for you to go to the moon. But we're not doing that. Those transcripts are $700. Nesto, Shackle, Shuffle, Walk of Shame. Well, let me tell you this. You need to tell me for just that one portion is 700, because I know transcripts are expensive. This is why, Nesto not understanding about lawyer fees and what the money is used for. This is what I don't understand, what he doesn't understand. But $700 just for that? Well, that's not gonna happen. But anyway, that's all I have for y'all today. I just wanted to get into some different things. This has been one interesting live, and I hope you all enjoyed it and found it informative. And consider, if you are not already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you are not a member, think about becoming a member. Um if you are not subscribed to V Lenore or Native Tribe, you need to check them out too. But I am going to get out of here. Thank you for the super chats, the super stickers, the member milestones, the new memberships. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate them all. And I will see y'all in these YouTube streets. And on the next one, I should be live tomorrow night with somebody cam. I have a theme I'm working on, but I'm not quite there yet. So, but that's what we will be doing tomorrow night. We'll be doing some body cam. And then, of course, on Friday night, it is After Dark with Native Tribe and myself. So, and shout out to the Marvelous Moonlight Mods. Good night, y'all. Y'all have a good night, and I will see y'all on the next one. As soon as I find where's my music? Where's my music? Okay, here's my music. Is this the right music? I guess it is.
Yeah.